Hi everyone, welcome to the Crack the Vault collab. This is hosted by Jamie, who is Poetspice here on YouTube. And there's quite a large group of us that every month on the third Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern we post. And the idea is to use something that is 6 months or older from our stash, or that we've never used before, or both. So I use several things that are 6 months or older from my stash. I'm going to show each of them to you. The first is this Jelly Bean flower shaker cards, envelopes, and shaker inserts. Now, I think I might have used 2 of these before, or 2 had been used. But I have, it says eight shaker cards, envelopes, so 24 pieces, because there would be 8 of these, 8 of the envelopes, and 8 of the cards. But I only had 6 cards, but I have 8 envelopes, and I only had 6 of these. So I might have used 2 of them before, or these might have been gifted to me, and whoever gifted them used 2. I don't know. But I wasn't sure how to use them. So I read this, and it says, I can't read that part, but it's easy to use. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Simply stamp on the die cut card, which I didn't like doing. Add fun fillers to the shaker, and then peel off the adhesive backing to adhere it to the card base. So I don't have a blank one here to show you, but basically each of the card bases had the flower cut out. And I originally was thinking you have to put it on the reverse side and pop it through there and then cover it, which I guess you could do. But I did it their way, except that I fussy cut, I traced on some designer paper, all except in one card, which I'll show you next. I traced around it, and then I put another piece in here that coordinated. So I'll show you all the cards in a minute. So this was the first thing I've had. I honestly don't know how long I've had these. It says they're from 2018. I'm guessing I've had them that long because I haven't used them ever. So, and like I said, I don't know if I got them online or... Anyway, I've had them. Here's the envelopes that go with them, and there are 8 of those. So, yeah, go figure. So then another thing that goes with that is I have a whole drawer full of sequins. And I mean, I have little containers like this that I filled up with various sequins. I have some like loose in tubs. I did use some of these white iridescent ones in that little tin. I used some of the green in here, and this is only one corner of the drawer, but mostly I used these. These were from Charlene's, Cheryl's Crafty World, I think it is, March 2021. So I think I won her birthday thing or something. So this was filled to the brim, and I used a lot of it in these shakers. And I don't think I used any in these. I used a little bit of green from there. So anyway, I haven't used any of my sequins in years and years and years. Like probably pre-2018 when I, you know, because mid-2018 I became a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, which I'm not anymore. But yeah, I don't think I've used them since then. And then the other thing I used that's older was this Hampton Art clear stamp set. This had been, I won from Ray Perez, September 2019. And I had never used it. So I used thanks and a bunch and a note of. I just pulled out several thank you stamps. And one thing, I pulled out 2 other ones, but I didn't end up using them. They're also older. I might have used this one once, but look how yellow that's gotten. And that's just copyrighted in, I saw it on here, hang on, 2016. So it's a little older, but look how yellow they got. Now this one is 2017, but it's not yellow like that. So I don't know. See, this says photopolymer clear. And this just says, it doesn't say. Just says clear stamp says, oh, highest quality photopolymer and designed and made in the USA. So I don't know why they turned yellow like that, but they did. I'm assuming they'll still stamp good. So anyway, I didn't get to use those other ones. All right, let me just pull this away and show you my cards. There are 6 of them. So I showed you this first one, and this is all some of the white sequins and also Charlene's mix. This ribbon, most of the ribbons I used were Stampin' Up! Retired. This is a gingham ribbon from 2021. I have used it, but I don't know when the last time was I did. On this one I used VersaFine pigment ink because I like how dark it is. I'll talk to you about that in a minute. And I used tape runner to put the ribbon down. Not tape runner, tear and tape. That works really good, and I forget about it sometimes. So my tape runner was empty. So here is one I did fussy cut out the shape inside. I'm not for sure I love the plastic rim going around it like that, but you know, that's what it is. And then to make sure the little sequins stay in there, I put a coordinating piece of paper. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, one of you didn't like that, I guess, when I said months ago when I made these cards from this paper pad I had not used in ages from Recollections, that I would be using it again and again. I don't know why you unliked that video, but that kind of upset me. Just one person had to do that, and of course I see that more than anything. But anyway, I didn't say I wouldn't be using other older things with it, so I used it this time again. So if you don't like that, then go ahead and give me an unlike. I don't care. Oh, and I went around most of these that are on white scrap cardstock with Stampin' Up's light bubble bath Stampin' Blend marker. It's our alcohol marker. And this particular card I used these black matte dots 1, 2, and 3 because I thought they went with the ribbon, and pulled out the black in the background. And this paper that's behind there is the same as this one that's on front. Now this is the only one I did a little different, and that is I didn't fussy cut. I just put the paper down because I thought, why do I have to fussy cut? Because, you know, I do need to cover the hole on the other side still, so I covered it with pretty paper instead of the white side of the paper like I did here, so the pretty would show through. Anyway, this is Stampin' Up Soft Succulent Open Weave Ribbon, which is now retired because the color is retired as of May or something of this year. And because this is mostly Charlene's mix with some of the green, and because Charlene's mix had some yellow in it, I used 3 yellow dots, and those were from these 21 to 23 in color opal rounds. They're also retired because these are the retired colors. That is Soft Succulent. This is Stampin' Up's Soft Succulent ink, and I only either used that or the VersaFine on all the cards. So that's that, and I just put this ribbon down again with the tear and tape, and I went around these. I hand cut the flags, and that one has a pretty butterfly paper inside. Okay, the next one is the same paper as the first one. Again, use VersaFine. I didn't get it good. These are from that same opal rounds, and this ribbon is not Stampin' Up. This was I don't know. I'm not sure where I got this. It could have been in a yard sale, but more likely, oh no, Hobby Lobby. I probably got it 50% off at Hobby Lobby. This ribbon is so pretty, but when you cut it, you know, it kind of frays. And so I had a little trouble. I put it down with tear and tape. I put extra tear and tape at the ends. I also put some glossy accents glue down at the ends because I was too lazy to pull out my hot glue gun, which I think would have worked best for the ends anyway, for one card, because I only have this on one card. Now on this one, I had a scrap of the Recollections pink tablet I'm also trying to use. It was a hot buy, and it's all different shades of pale pink. So I had a scrap of that, and I put that in. I think I used that on 2 cards actually. I didn't have a scrap wide enough, but I thought it doesn't really matter, and you can still write on this. And how I glued these down inside is I put a little bit of the zig glue around the edges where the flower cutout was, and then I just took Tombow glue and put glue around the edges of that paper, because I didn't want glue to go through you know, the shaker side. So anyway, I think they shake pretty well. That green might be a little too dark, but well, you know, live and learn. And now it's stuck there. Oh well. So that's that one. So that's 3. This one is the same. I had one of these butterflies fabric sitting out on my desk, and I thought it pretty matches that color. And the paper that I put behind there is a butterfly paper, like I used inside here. And it just so happened that that particular cut, which covers the whole panel in here, had a butterfly in the right position to show through. So I put another one, and I put it right on here because I didn't put as many shaker bits in this one. I should have put more in. Anyway, this is Stampin' Up. I think it just retired. I'm not sure. It is their crinkle seam binding ribbon. And I had the pin in the wrong place. So yeah, I used that and just did a bow, and that's it on that one. And then these gems are flat adhesive back pearls. I think they carried over. I think I got them a year or 2 ago, but I'm pretty sure they're current. Now, about that VersaFine ink, and the one I'm using is this VersaFine. It's not VersaFine Clair, it's just VersaFine Onyx Black Pigment Ink for fine details. I stamped it on a scrap of that Recollections paper that I used behind here and the next card. The problem is, on that particular paper, it wasn't drying. So I actually had to kind of blot it. I let it sit for a long while I did the bow and all that, but I actually turned this paper upside down onto a scrap paper and blotted it a couple times, and it was still a little bit wet. In fact, it still looks a little bit wet. I don't know if you can see that. In fact, I better check the back of this card. No, it's okay. So I guess it's dry, but it has that wet look still. Anyway, blotting it twice helped, but I would suggest just don't use that Recollections paper to stamp on with that ink. Maybe with Memento it would work better. I don't know, but I like the blackness, how dark a black that is usually. And that one, like I said, was the full piece of paper with the butterfly. And then the next one, I stamped in Soft Succulent again, Soft Succulent ribbon, another piece of that Recollections paper in the back, which was pink on both sides. So, and some of Charlene's bits in there. I don't think I added anything to hers on that one. And these gems are those opals again. And a note of thanks. Some just say thanks. Like these two. This one says thanks a bunch. This one just says thanks, but I angled it differently. All the flagging I did by hand with scissors. I think I need another adhesive there. This one is a piece of green paper from that same paper pad as this inside. I think this was the first one I did. And then thanks and a bunch, and the Soft Succulent jemmies. So that's it. That's my project. So I used sequins, the jelly bean shaker, uh, card package. I needed thank you cards. I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, and I'm probably going to need more than this, but I've been wanting, I've had these on the floor next to my desk and I've been wanting to use them. So I did. I pulled them out. I have a shoebox. I think I have 2 or 3 other styles of these. I think one's a star maybe, and I don't remember what the other one is. I'm not positive about that. And then I know I have some like inside outside card things from Paper Wishes, hot off the press, that I need to use as well. And so they might come up in a future one of these collabs. I don't know. It didn't, I mean, it took me a little while because on all but this one, I fussy cut the top paper. So I laid it on the card. All right, and I turned it over, and where that opening was, I traced, and then I took my little scissors and I fussy cut that flower out so that the other paper would show underneath. And now I'm thinking, since I did that before I glued the inside down, I should have put the, maybe tuck this in. I don't know. It didn't say to do that, so I didn't, but I think I would have liked that better than seeing the plastic rim around on the front of the card. What do you think? Did I do it wrong? It didn't say to do that. It said to put your shaker bits in. They didn't really tell you to put a piece of paper behind there, but you have to. And then it just says, then peel off the adhesive backing to adhere to the card base. So, yeah. I don't know. Maybe I should have watched a video, but I think I did okay. Let me know what you think. I think they all came out cute. And and they are thick. They do fit in the envelopes just. I'll have a couple extra envelopes, so maybe I'll use them for something else, another project. So they'll fit in that, but mailing, of course, would be extra. But I'm thinking these will go in packages. I've been doing destashes and stuff, and more are on the way. So I think these will go in packages that are already going to have other stuff in them. All right, everyone. Thank you again for watching. Be sure to check out Poetspice and all the other wonderful creators in the collaboration. I can't wait to see what they've used. A lot of them do really fancy die cuts and stuff, and I vary it. You never know what you're going to get with me. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll talk to you again very soon. Bye for now.